and a rocket-propelled grenade slams into the tank. It leaves behind nothing but a small, insignificant dent. Everyone seems satisfied with the results, but Colonel Burton senses something is wrong. He tries to move in for a closer look, but he is immediately blocked. "Oh no, Colonel, we wouldn't want you to get hurt on your first day on the job." With no other choice, Colonel Burton is forced to pause his investigation. But the next day, he quietly slips back into the testing grounds. After examining the dent on the tank, he inspects the rocket projectile itself. It discovers the test rocket was a poor quality Romanian make. Suspicious, Burton orders the soldiers to set up a simple steel plate and fire the rocket at it. Just as he thought, the rocket fails to penetrate even a basic sheet of metal. Determined to find the truth, Colonel Burton decides to retest the tank using a Soviet-made rocket. This time, the impact leaves a massive hole in the armor, yet strangely, the tank doesn't explode. Much closed, Burton investigates further. He discovers the fuel tank had been filled with water. Even more shocking, the ammunition had been packed with a large amount of sand to prevent a blast. Colonel Burton reports these fraudulent findings to the general, but the general bluntly tells him to stay out of it. Undeterred, Burton decides to conduct a thorough, realistic test. He buys a flock of sheep and herds them inside the tank to simulate a crew. Then he fires another rocket. Moments later, a soldier goes to check the interior. When he saw them terrify them back in the distance, it was just a perfect experience. The second the hatch opens, he is overcome by toxic fumes and collapses, falling out of the tank. Burton confronts the general once more, only to be met with a barrage of insults. "This is where you're wrong, young man," the general sneers. "You know nothing about war." But Burton doesn't flinch. Fire test. However, the next morning, his superior informs him that he has been discharged from the military. Left with no other options, Colonel Burton decides to leak the entire scandal to the media. The pressure works, and Congress holds a hearing on the case, and the final ruling authorizes a public live fire test. The following day, under the watchful eye of the public, the tank is tested once more. Bang flying, sending the crowd scattering in fear. As the general watches the wreckage of the tank rain down before his eyes, he knows one thing for certain: his career is over, and prison is waiting.